Mark's about to rip the bait out of my head. Coming at the boat. There we go. There we go. Oh,
really slow along the bottom.
Oh, lost them.
Winter time, them fish can move up, you know, and get shallow. So just don't rule that out.
You don't always have to go really deep. Hey, what's up guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here, and today we're out in the middle of December at Lake Oroville. I came out with my buddy Mark Lassane of Bass Angler Magazine. Mark, what do we got going today, man?
You know, we have the first clear day. It's been just raining like heck here. The lake's come up like 40 feet in the last couple weeks, so it's coming up. The fish are coming up, so we're going to go out and see what we can do to try to figure out how to catch some fish. We're going to throw some different stuff. We're going to use some Duo Realis spy baits. We're going to throw some deep spinner baits. We're going to throw some jigs. We're going to throw some little swim baits.
It's a very finessey time of year, right?
It is, you know, it is a finessey time of year. You know, guys go out and throw big swim baits this time of year, and they catch them. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go for numbers and try to show you guys how to catch fish here when the water's cold, weather's cold, you know, storms. And we're going to fish some incoming water. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. And I'm sure we're going to catch a bunch of fish.
Yeah, with the water level coming up, the water can get real murky. We're going to be fishing like inlets and creeks and stuff too, trying to find that cleaner water, right?
We are.
So it could be a challenge, right? It could be a real challenge.
It can be a challenge. You know, the nice thing is the lake is dirty. But what's happened since we've had all this rain, all of these streams, you know, they've kind of cleaned out. So all the sediment is washed out, and that's all out in the lake now. So the water coming in is clean. So you have a little barrier here where we have some clean water and some dirty water. So that's some keys to look at. We're going to be looking at through the day. We're going to be throwing some jerk baits and swim baits and spinner baits up into that clear water, out into the dirty water, and those spots should be right in that transition area somewhere.
Awesome. So let's go hop out there. We're going to break it down for you guys once we get there and show you how we're going to pick it apart. Let's go do it.
All right, let's do it. We're here on Lake Oroville, and if you look around, you can see the water's all muddy and dirty. We have a couple of inlets with some clean water running through, but really what I want to do, I'm going to use something that's contrast to the bait fish and contrast to the water. So I'm going to throw a bright chartreuse spinnerbait, and this one is 3/4 ounce. It's a small. This is a Revenge spinnerbait, 3/4 ounce, with has nice little flat blades. Put out a lot of vibration for a willow leaf. So what this bait will do is it shows up really good in the water, and it's real heavy, so I can work it down to where it goes nice and deep, right to where those fish are, because they're in about 25 feet of water. I think there's some up in the 10 or 15 foot of water up feeding, so that's what we're going to try to target, is those ones with this big bright spinnerbait.
So we're starting off fishing inside this little creek inlet area here, and coming out just from the ramp, Mark and I noticed that the majority of the bait seemed to be in like a little bit of a thermocline, right around 25 feet. So what we pulled in here, and we're looking at ledges right around 20 to 25 feet, to where we know that bait's going to be right near those ambush points where those smallmouth or spotted bass can be. With this water chocolated up like this, we probably won't get any smallies, but you never know. What we're really targeting here is the spotted bass. First thing I got going this morning, throwing a spinnerbait here, double willow. Got this gold leaf on here, really heavy overcast skies, and a bright white. Hopefully they can see it in here. Like Mark said, you can put a little bit of chartreuse in here. I got a grub inside here that I might switch to chartreuse inside, just to give them that little extra look in the stained water.
All right, on the spinnerbait.
Yep. Got one on the blade.
Let's see it.
Looks like a
Oh, that's a big old spot.
Largemouth.
Oh, it's a largemouth.
Look at that.
Nice.
50-degree water, largemouth on the spinnerbait.
You see where it's on the trailer hook.
Yeah,
He came up and swiped at it, and he got it on the trailer hook.
See all those black spots on him right here?
He's trying to be a spot.
Yeah, he's trying to be a spot. You know, they say a lot of the time, a lot of guys believe when they get those really solid black spots that these largemouth just hug rocks. You know, I've heard a lot about that.
Short and fat.
Where they live right up against the rocks and they get those big black splotches on them like that. It's a nice one to get her started.
Yeah, I don't know how those spots get on there. I bet we could have a biologist tell us.
Yeah, it's just theory. That's what I read, you know.
Pretty cool.
But, yeah, nice fish to get it started.
Good job.
So a lot of the time when you're out throwing a spinner bait in the winter, you're gonna notice like this double willow right here, the cup like a spoon. Try to imagine your spinnerbait blade like a spoon here. something where you couldn't really hold much. A very shallow cupping is considered a slow willow versus your deeper cupping, which is going to give you a little bit of better knock in the water, but you have to move the blades a little bit faster. You got to move the bait faster to get them turning. The less the cupping here, how thin that is, I mean, you can almost see it looks like a straight. There's just a partial little indentation in there, just a very little one. So that's a slow willow. So when I creep and slow roll this spinner bait, this blade will turn at very low speed. I'll put it next to the boat here and show you.
You don't have to front on me, dear.
Drop shot?
Drop shot, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little spot.
Little spot. He's going, a D-shad. Look at that. Not really what we're looking for, but, you know, fun nonetheless.
50-degree water, bass is a bass. Still being able to come out in December, have some fun whacking them. I'll take anything that wants to bite.
We're throwing a drop shot. We have a river to sea little tungsten weight. We're using a number 2 Gamakatsu drop shot hook, really small hook, and a Yamamoto D-shad. So that looks like a little shad or looks like a little pond smelt that they have here. Match the hatch, a little translucent.
Hold on. You got it?
There's a point. Oh. All right.
Mark's about to rip the bait out of my head that he hooked me with.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Woo!
See, I was making a cast and he moved his head.
I moved my
He moved his head and it just happened to.
Yeah, it was me moving my, oh, it's bleeding good. Hold on, we need a napkin or something.
Let's see.
Got my paramedic on the job. Since I can't see that side of my head,
you know,
Mark apparently couldn't see that side of my head either. He felt it though, he felt the tick. It was that little BAM! That gave it away.
Yeah, and then now every time you look in the mirror, you'll see that and you'll remember.
Yeah. So this is the joys of fishing. That's actually the first time I've had a hook stuck in my head, believe it or not. In my arm, my hands, back, legs.
That's not the first
everywhere.
time I've hooked somebody.
Yeah, I got a
feeling.
feeling.
The problem is I'm making that cast and you moved and you stuck your head off.
I moved like this. Watch how good I moved. That's how much I moved right there.
We're leaking still.
You got to watch Mark's back cast because he's really trying to get that bait out there ways. The good part is you really don't feel it when it sticks in your head. It's the coming out.
At least it was only one hook and not a treble hook.
The head doesn't hurt that bad either. You know, like in the leg or hand, that would have hurt.
Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back. Hey sportsman, have you ever wanted an all-in-one cleaning tool for small game or fish? Well, look no further. The Sportsman Field Tool offers an all-in-one stainless steel construction with all the bells and whistles. From a fillet knife, snip, snub knife, gut rake, and a scaler in its indestructible case, you really can't go wrong. Check your local retailers or visit sportsmanfieldtool.com. Attention Northern California anglers, have you been to Boat Country in Escalon? With one of the largest selections of welded aluminum fishing boats from Weldcraft, Lowe, and Hughescraft, chances are they've got the right fishing boat for you. And did I mention they have a full service center to take care of all your boating repair and maintenance needs? If you're a boat owner or just looking to become one, you owe it to yourself to check these guys out. Visit BoatCountryUSA.com or stop on by. I'll see you there. Ever tried pulling a planer board next to your boat when trolling or fishing from a swift current bank? If not, you're missing out on one of the most phenomenal fish catching machines on the market today. With Yellowbird planer boards pulling your lines perpendicular to your boat, you can't help but catch more fish. Find out more by visiting www.yellowbirdproducts.com. Did you know that P-Line makes specialized lines for all your fishing needs? From the super strong abrasive resistant CXX or the low stretch super stealthy CX Premium, or maybe you're looking for invisibility or super bite detection with P-Line's 100% fluorocarbon. No matter what your needs, P-Line's got it covered. To find out more, visit P-Line.com.
P-Line, baby.
I'm sure you've already heard of the Miller punch weight for penetrating the heaviest cover with ease for those big old bass. And have you heard of the Red One trolling motor assist cable to either add on or replace those chintzy ones that they come with? You have now. And tired of switching in between split ring tools or breaking off fingernails? We'll grab a Red One wedgie and it'll handle all those bad boys with ease. Visit RedOneSystems.com.
On the swim bank, finally. I had to work it really slow down there. Look at that monster. Look, this fish is just white.
Oh yeah.
There's not much light. You can see, I mean, this is an 8-inch swim bait. You can see how big this fish is.
I thought that was the 9-inch swim. Maybe 8. It's hard to tell.
So just down there crawling along the bottom. Nice little fish. So a lot of fun. Oh, it's like a 13-incher.
Yeah, I think he makes the mark.
And there he goes. Down about 20 feet. A swim bait. He's not very big though. Out there in 25 feet.
Yeah. He's been cold.
That's it. Just really slow along the bottom. You want it real slow. Giant one. It's a giant. Oh, hey, the giant got off. Little one popped on there. Yep. That's a
Oh yeah,
better
that's
one.
a better fish.
Not big, but it's better. It's pretty shallow. We're only in 18 or 19
Double.
water.
Oh, lost him. Had a double going.
That's a decent one. Pound and 3/4.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Eggs are starting to come out. It's a little early. Nice. On the swim bait.
Heck yeah. Here we go.
Get him. And that double tail grub.
Yep, twin tail grub here.
You're one. It's slow, moving along the bottom. Look at that. Big one.
Yeah.
Big one. Big one.
Nice
Big one.
10, 12 pound striped bass. How heavy a line you got on there?
That one has 6.
6.
Oh, you can swing that. That one's he's little.
Yeah, but I always like to make sure the gunnel's there. It's on that little twin tail darter head, just like that. Having it rigged up in between the 2 tails right there, critical so the bait doesn't rotate around. Rigged right out, coming right down, little darter head. Just dragging it along the bottom, nothing big, but it's catching them. Smallmouth?
He's smallmouth colored, but I don't know.
Nope, spot.
Yeah. You know, we've been fishing deeper and deeper, you know, kind of throughout the day here in 25, 28, 30 feet and almost jumping down deeper and deeper and deeper trying to catch them. Well, here, you know, in the last half an hour or so, we kind of moved up and fishing 10 to 20 probably at the deepest. And we've landed about 5 or 6 fish here really quick. So just goes to show you, even in the wintertime, them fish can move up, you know, and get shallow. So just don't rule that out.
You don't always have to go really deep.
No. So now I'm fishing this little swim bait on a ball head, and it's a pretty simple process. I like doing it on a bait caster just because I can keep in contact with the bottom the whole entire time. I'm using a light action Kuma rod, 8-pound fluorocarbon line, 7-to-1 reel, and all I'm doing is throwing it out and just kind of working it back. I'm just feeling the bottom the whole time. And you can tell when you get a bite because they'll pick it up and it'll kind of just feel funny. Sometimes it'll feel mushy. Sometimes they'll get a little bite. And you know, you don't want to set the hook right away, especially on spots, because a lot of times they'll just grab the tail. So you just kind of feel it. You'll feel for a little more pressure, and then when you feel the pressure, then you set the hook into them.
Now with this darter head and twin tail, what basically we're doing right here is I'm actually throwing it on a spinning outfit, which is really nice. You see these sheer bluffs up in front of us here? I could throw it basically right up there, open the spool and let it free fall down, and I could just pull it away, keep that spool open, keep letting it free fall down. And by having this spinning outfit here, it's not gonna pendulum off the wall. You get a really good natural fall through there. Then, similar to Mark, I'm actually hopping it along the bottom. Slow drag, hop. And when you have these twin tails, if I'm just dragging it on the bottom, you're not getting very much action. But as I hop it, both tails will kick. On the way down, hop, both tails will kick. But still dragging it along, real slow hops. You don't want to burn it through there. Water's 50 degrees today. You're gonna give them a much better opportunity to come eat it with that slow drag and that slow hop.
Right where he's supposed to be. Is that a good one?
It looks like a pretty good one. No, he was just swimming off with it.
Them spots will fool you. It's like a 13 incher. You'll be like, oh, it's a big one. And then you get them up, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
14 inches.
It's a keeper at least.
Yeah, 13 incher.
Yeah. Eating that twin tail again.
That twin tail's a killer fish.
Yeah, it is, man. Right at the base of the waterfall.
Fish, bud. Big one. Oh, big one. Big one. He was big. Now he's little.
Spotted bass, man.
They're so fun.
Fighters.
Yeah. Big one. Big one. Man, look at that one jump.
Woo!
Oh, look at that guy. Wow.
I should have got down and landed up for you. Putting a big fish in like that.
He's croaking.
Fish. Coming at the boat. There we go. Ooh. These guys bite pretty darn good sometimes.
Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back. Been thinking about trying out kayak fishing or already into it and just want some sick upgrades for your rig? It's time to check out the Headwaters Kayak Shop. Come pick the brains of their knowledgeable staff and make sure to ask about their awesome demo program to find the right kayak for you. Or stop in and rent one with Lodi Lake right down the street. The Headwaters Kayak Shop fits all your yakking needs. Tell them if sent you. Have you been to rustylures.com? Did you know they offer free shipping on anything over $29.99? And with all the latest and greatest in bass fishing gear from punching tackle, umbrella rigs, swim baits, and you name it, there's really no reason for you not to be getting the best deal online today. So go to www.rustylures.com. Did you ever wish for an RC boat when you were a kid? And do you have a passion for fishing? Well, guess what? It's time to do them both at the same time. With RCFishingWorld.com's RC Fishing Pole, it's time to be a kid again. So visit www.rcfishingworld.com today. Did you know that Bass Angler Magazine has more articles than any other bass fishing publication? And with the top pros from around the nation spilling the beans in every issue, there's really no reason for you not to be subscribed to the most informative bass fishing magazine there is. Bass Angler Magazine.
Looks like largemouth. Let's see. Look at that. Yeah.
No, it's a
That's
spot.
a spot. Yeah, just a little bit better.
It's a decent one.
Yeah. Another keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not big, but I'll tell you what we found out today is that it's all about finding a pattern that works. Okay, so we fished running water, which running water was working last week, but it's not working today. The water's a little bit colder running in, so they're not there, but they're close to it. All these little inlets with the running water, they're out on the points. So what that means for us is that we can save a lot of time for not going inside these coves, fishing all around. We just fish the points going in and out. And then,
Oh, came off.
there we go. Hope you just
Came
had
off.
one. But, you know, the points coming in, rather than, you know, earlier today, we didn't know they were just on the points. We kind of fished everything until we figured out the pattern. And the pattern is they're up on the points. Well, that's the location that they're at. The pattern we're using small plastics. We're using a little swim bait, and we're using a grub. You know, we caught one early on the spinner bait. We had a couple bites on it, but really that bite wasn't going. We keep trying it. We tried a jerk bait, got one bite on that. But that's not really going. The fish are down on the bottom, and they want the little small plastic baits that are swimming. So we haven't figured out how to catch the big ones yet, but you know, but we figured out how to catch the numbers. So that's half of the game. We're still working on the other half. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to catch the big ones.
Yeah. Fighter though. A fighter.
Oh, they're fun.
Hey, he's still going. He's still going. Come on, show me your eyes.
There we go.
He's not bad. Not bad.
How big do you think that is? Like 14 inches?
About 14, 15 maybe. Right around there.
Up on the point?
Yeah, about 14, 15, right up on that point. Caught onto the numbers game, just like Mark was saying. You know, when there's no wind, it's dead calm and it's slick out here, and everything looks the same, you always want to fish the east banks, right, Mark? Oh, hooked up. Hooked up.
On the point.
On the point. And I was joking about these things.
I was thinking it was a better one there for a minute. They all fight so hard. I don't know why the swim bait. Definitely lots of fish here, you know, in the wintertime, a lot of fun. You know, we're not getting the big ones yet. You know, we're not throwing big swim baits. We're not throwing big baits. Tried a couple spinner baits, a couple things to try to get some quality ones, but you know, this lake is full of spots like this. A lot of fun. They're all the same size. Good spot.
Nice. A little bit better?
Yeah.
Oh, he got the front hook. Yeah. First cast, putting the spinnerbait back on, hooked up, not bad at all. Up shallow. The reason why I went for the spinnerbait right now is we got a lot more cloud cover. Moving back in, we're starting to get a little bit closer to that evening bite. We got a little bit of wind breaking up the light penetration. Water still kind of staying, so got vibration for that dirty water. Wind to break up the light penetration should help these largemouth move in a little bit shallow. Bigger profile like this is going to lead to a lot of, you know, better quality fish. Spinnerbaits are known for catching bigger fish, so hopefully we can get a kicker for you. Yeah, not bad. Big one, a yellowbird jerkbait. Decent
Nice
spot. About the same as the others.
Yeah.
Nice little fish. This is on that, there's two of the bigger sizes. This is the SP115S. I went with that little more solid paint job, a little bit of flash in there, a little purple, a little bit of orange on the bottom because we got some stained water here. I would have went with a more natural look, but this has kind of got the best of both worlds. A pure white on the bottom, dark on the top, so when I'm twitching it, they can get a good silhouette. Then when they come up close on the paws, it's got that natural bait fish finish on there on the sides.
In case they want to see themselves, it's good.
Yeah,
Nice
in case they see themselves, they're like, bite them! Yeah, but nice jerk baits. I like those yellowbird ones. Those bigger ones in the Delta I used last year. Not sure if you guys seen that one, but those bigger ones, if we were out there with Andy Kachia, really draw up that bigger bite. But if I get bit a little bit more on this size, I'm gonna try to scale up to that one, maybe put a bigger fish in the boat.
Look at it. Switched up colors and finally got one on a spinnerbait, but little fish.
Just fight.
He's a fighter. He's a fighter. A little bit better. There we go.
Just like that. On the hula with the jig. Yamamoto spider grub, hula grub, just like that twin tail. It's got a little bit more of a skirt on the front, rigged up on that football head jig. Drag it right down, make good contact. Just dragging it, just hopping it over stuff when I run into it. Got that fish. Nothing big, but still catching them.
Better, huh?
Not bad. Another one on the jig. Got that upside down. He was swimming off with it. Turned it over. Got it like that.
Another fish on the point.
Right on the point. That's what we figured them all out today. It's we started off, like Mark said, fishing the running water, fishing a few inside bends, fishing a couple of coves. And then we started running into them on the point. And the interesting part is,
They're the little points in between the little cuts.
yeah, little tiny points, just sharp fingers, no more than, what, 20, 30 foot wide?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, 20, 30 foot wide points that have those really sharp little ledges to them. Just, you know, they're not slow tapering either. They're fast points. They're coming down quick, but they're real narrow and sharp. And it's funny, we don't really get bit on anything else but those all of a sudden.
Yeah, the flat walls, none of those.
The blade bite's been pretty good. When the wind was blowing a little bit more, putting a little chop out, the blade bite seemed to be a little bit better. When I was throwing the twin tail or the hula grub, the interesting part about this so far is they haven't hit this thing on the move for me once. I drag it about a foot, stop it. Drag it about a foot, stop it. And every time I stop it, boom, that's when they hit it. I have not yet to get hit on the move with this grub today, which is amazing.
I know, and you know what? And I'm throwing a swim bait, and I'm just swimming it, and that's when they're hitting the swim bait.
Yeah, it's just that difference in bait, that difference in action, is Mark was slow rolling that swim bait and grinding it across the bottom, and they're hammering his. But this, I've tried it right behind Mark a whole bunch, could not get bit.
Yeah,
have to stop it. So if you pay attention to those key subtleties, it will lead to more fish in the boat. And I tell guys all the time, that very first bite you got, look at your map, look where you're at, look at your graph, see how deep you are. Are you near a ledge? How did that fish eat it? What were you using? And really sit there and evaluate it for a minute before you move on to try to catch your next fish. And you'll realize throughout that day, you'll develop a pattern 2 times, 3 times, 4 times faster than you ever did if you really spend some time after catching that first fish and think about it. Fish, fish. Oh, use! I think that was a rock. No, that rock didn't grab that. Oh. Oh, yeah, got all your. Mark said it was a rock. Yeah. Look what that rock did to that. Oh man, look at that. He shredded it too. So one of the crucial things here, as we move along this bank, you can see how steep it is. And when I'm throwing on my bait caster, you see me pitching it out there like that. Occasionally you'll see me reach over and feed a foot or 2 off. That's just to get my jig to fall parallel with the wall. I want it to fall straight down to that wall naturally. I don't want it to pendulum out and away from the wall. If, for example, if I pitch like this and I finish with my rod tip low and I hold a tight line, you can see the jig swinging back to the boat. It's just swinging back. I don't want it to swing away from the bank. I want it to fall right down the bank. One of the things you could do too is you can back off your spool tension to where when you pitch it up there, you can kind of just leave your thumb real loose and it'll fall down the wall really naturally like that, but you can't have any brakes or any spool tension to do that. Another thing too, like I said, while finishing your rod tip low, if you know it's only a foot or 2 deep and you pitch out there, you can finish with your rod tip really high and drop that slack. You can literally put about 5, 6, 7 foot of extra line out there to let it drop if you don't want to try to feed a foot or 2. When you go with your pitch, just finish with your rod tip high and then drop your rod tip down, and that'll let it fall about 6 or 7 feet if you finish real high down that wall, and that'll save you the tediousness of pulling off extra line. Well guys, that's it for Lake Oroville. We didn't smash the kicker today, but we did catch a heck of a lot of fish. I have no complaints being out here in the middle of winter time, catching a lot of fish on a variety of different baits. Hopefully you guys picked up on some new things. Hopefully, Mark, yeah. Once again, brother, it's always great. A pleasure. I know it's not like Mark and I's last Delta film, but it's a whole new challenge.
You know, this was a thing, just to come out here and catch some fish, kind of help maybe show some other people how to catch some fish. You know, I mean, obviously if we're fishing for big ones, you know, we're only going to catch a few a day this time of year, so we really want to come out, catch some fish, have a good time, and hopefully show the viewers, you know, some ways that they can catch a few more fish.
So hopefully next time you guys come back out to Oroville, you'll be whacking them out here. And if you see this man, just follow him around the whole time.
There we go.
Just kidding, don't do that. Thanks for watching, guys. InformativeFisherman.com, BassMag.com?
BassMag.com.
BassMag.com, guys, you got it. Thanks for watching.
I don't think tediousness is a word.
It should be. You know how to spell tediousness, Mark?
I don't think it's a word, so no. Hey, Mark Lassane here with... Hey, Mark Lassane here with... Oh, God.
Stop.
Hey guys, Mark Lassane here with Bass Angler Magazine, and we're and you're what?
Your wife's watching what?
Your wife watching? No, she's not.
Told my dad behind the camera there. He's in this big sloppy bunch of mess in a corner. Of course I didn't bring a frog rod, it's 50 degrees. And he's not paying attention, so I say, hey, can you grab my frog rod? Hey, grab my frog. No, it's over there. It's back under you, and he's digging around the whole time while I keep fishing. I gotta torture the hardest working guy in the boat, the one on the other side of that ledge.